There we go. Okay, so let's start standing and we'll just get ourselves kind of moving and warmed up. No props needed for today. Well, there'll be a little bit of kneeling probably, but other than that, the usual stuff. Okay, so here we go. Feet parallel right underneath your shoulders and over your hips, and we'll go inhale the arms up. Big breath in and then exhale, arms down. And again, inhaling up, just getting the arms moving and the chest opening, and exhale down. And one more time, inhale up to the ceiling, growing tall, and then exhaling down. We'll roll the shoulders back just a few times, bring them up to your ears and back and down, and then go the other way, up and forward. Nice deep breaths, good. And then adding a little lever, bring your fingertips to your shoulders and elbow circles. So same sort of idea, but now the elbows are leading. Good, and then go the other way, elbows circling around. Good, nice long neck, nice easy breaths. Good, let your arms drop down by your sides, give everything a little shake, and then you're just gonna rotate gently from side to side and let your arms hang heavy. So they just swing around your torso. If it feels good, turn your head and look over your shoulder, feeling the upper back. We'll do 4 more, 3 more, 2, and then 1, and then come back to the center and let's begin our marching. So you're just gonna pick your feet up and think about sort of pawing the ground. So feel your feet and sort of paw the ground with your feet. Try and get some articulation through your feet. And then lift your eyes to the horizon. Find the very top of your head, top center of your head, and stretch it upwards. And then keep the top of your head stretching upwards. Keep pawing the ground with your feet. And stretch your tailbone a little bit down. So we've just ever so slightly lengthened out the natural curves of our spine. Good, and then we're going to take our arms out in front of us. Try to keep that long spine. Turn your arms out and in. Good, see if you can feel movement in the upper arm bone as well as the lower arm bones, as well as the hands. Now, when your arms turn in, you're going to retract your shoulder blades, squeeze them together. As your arms turn out, protract. Retract and turn your arms in. Protract and turn your arms out. Retract, protract. Now grow tall through the top center of the head. Reach the tail down and go a little faster with the arms. Shoulder blades pulling back and pushing forward. The arms are turning in and out, but really focus on your shoulder blades. Really warm up your upper back and your chest. And then go a little faster still. Good. This should get the heart rate up, especially if you keep your hands higher than your heart. Very nice. We'll do about 10 more seconds. Ooh, the upper back should be feeling a little bit of heat. Good. And then finally, you can let your arms drop. Take a few moments to catch your breath. Arms hanging in opposition. Good work. And then we're just going to move our arms upside and front. So reaching up to the ceiling, side and front, up, side and front. Good. Lift your eyes to the horizon again. You know this pattern really well. So just keep the arms moving and maybe lift the knees a little higher. Let's get good. The psoas, all the hip flexors working a little bit. Nice work. Tail reaches down, diminishing the natural curves of the spine. Just a touch. Good, next time your arms are up, keep them up. Very nice, now pick up the pace. Good, we're almost there. We'll do about 10 more seconds with the arms going up, up, up. Good, 5, 4, 3, start to slow it down. Haha, good job. Let your arms hang. Good, relaxing a little bit here. Good, letting things ease up, taking your feet out wide. Turn your toes out here, knees turned out, feet planted, and you're going to shift from side to side. Good. Allow the shoulders to drop away from the ears. Holding an imaginary ball between your hands, start to draw an infinity symbol in front of you. Exactly. Good. And you can feel how your rib cage is rotating gently from side to side. You can start to move bigger, carving out a bit of a bigger infinity symbol in the air. So it's quite active. A nice reach up and down. Don't be shy to reach to the ceiling and down to the floor. We'll do about 8 more of these with a nice, easy breath. Little sips of air in through the mouth and out through or in through the nose and out through the mouth or nose. Right, got about 3 more. Good work. Good. And then stay with this side to side movement and just change the arms to an overhead reach. I want you to get the feeling of opening your armpit. So it's going to be less about really overstretching the arm and more about opening the armpit, opening the upper side of the rib cage, or the side of the upper rib cage. That would be a better way to put it. Good. We'll do about 8 more reaches here. Starting to warm up the side body as well, opening each armpit. Good. And then come into the center. Nice work. Turn your toes and your knees in. Now to the pelvis. So we're just going to go posterior, anterior tilts. And let's put one hand on the low back, one hand on the belly button, and allow that tailbone reaching down to flatten the lumbar curve, and then you exaggerate it as you reach your tailbone behind you. So you feel the lumbar spine affected by the movement of the pelvis. Shoulders relax as let the arms hang for the last few of these. Good. Now you're going to stay in your posterior tilt and bring your fingertips to your shoulders. Tuck your chin in, shoulders drop away from the ears. Once again, push the top center of your head to the ceiling, and let's translate the ribs to the right. Make sure your pelvis doesn't move, and then side bend to the right. And then find the translation where your elbows are reaching side to side, and then slide all the way to the left. Good. And then side bend to the left. Good. And then find your translation. Pelvis stays still as you translate right, and repeat side bend right. Good. And find your translation and translate left. And side bend left. Keep breathing here. Translate, and again to the right. Translate and side bend. And find your translation and slide across. Translate and side bend. Nice work. Come to the center and release those arms out to the sides. Now pause for a moment. Imagine your arms and your spine are making a perfect T. So push your head up and your tail down. Push your arms east to west. Let's get all the directions going. And now we're going to move that translation to the right. To do the side bend, the arms go by your ear and by your leg, and you side bend. Then take the arms back to east and west for your translation, and then go over to the left. So translate, push the arms, side bend, reach overhead and down. Find your translation, push the arms, go through center and translate right. Good. Add the arms to side bends. Nice work. Push side or east to west and translate to the left. That's great. And then side bends. Good. And reach one more time each side with the goal of reaching the arms further, stretching the left armpit a little more. Good. Find east and west. Go over to the left. Last time, stretch that right armpit a little extra. Great work. Arms out. Come to the center. Relax the arms. Relax the pelvis. We'll heel toe walk the feet in. Good. And just a couple other shoulder warm-ups here. We're going to do a little neuroflexibility stuff. So you're just going to take your palms and face them forward. I'll come a little closer. We're going to open the arms out to the sides a little bit. Move them slightly behind you. This should be really gentle, and then just start to pull your fingernails back towards you, and towards you and towards you. You should feel only the slightest bit of tension through the hands, maybe through the arms. And then you relax the hands, bring the hands forward, bring the arms down. Do that one more time. So you go out, we really only hold for about 10 seconds. Pull back a little bit, keep the chest open, don't arch your back. And then just start to extend your wrists, pulling your fingernails back behind you. So you're trying to make that position with your hands. Think about the thumb side of the hand pulling back. And then release the hands, arms come forward and down. Now we do the other nerve in the arm, radial nerve. So you're gonna come up to a high V, bend your elbows and turn your palms so that they sort of face your ears. Good, and then you're gonna just try and reach your pinky fingers down behind your shoulders. Just that little feeling there. This one's pretty sensational for most of us. And then you're gonna slowly relax out of that, reaching back out to a V and lowering the arms back down. Good, one more time. We're going out and up. So we go to a V shape overhead, then the elbows. We try and keep the elbows above the shoulders. Turn the palms as though you would put your hands around the sides of your head. Good, but reach that pinky finger behind you. Try and pull it down behind your shoulder blades. Good. And then slowly release the wrist, release the arms, and come down. Good, nice work. Now this one's really easy. You're just gonna make a fist and rest your head on your fist. So the first thing we're gonna do is just move the head away from the fist and then move your head towards your fist. Now keep your head where it is and unfurl your arm until your hand goes into extension. And then furl the arm back in, bring the fist to the head, and we repeat. So the head goes away, and then the head comes towards. Yeah, so we'll just do the head first, then unfurl the arm, extend the wrist, spread the fingers, and then bring the arm back in, fist to head one more time. You side bend away from the fist, and you come in, then you unfurl the arm and the hand and the fingers, and then you come back in. So that's some nerve flossing. Come back to center, relax the arm. Good, and then we'll do the other side. So you make a fist here, you rest your head against the fist just gently, and only move the head first. Side bend to the right, bring it back towards your fist. Then keep the head here, unfurl the arm, extend the wrist, open the palm, and then close the arm gently back in. And the head moves away. So we always move one thing at a time, and then the head, then the arm unfurls and opens, and then it comes back in. This should be all gentle. And then the head moves away. So when you're nerve flossing, I'm told, you never move the arm and the head away from each other at the same time. It's just one and then the other. Come back to center, release. Good, last thing, this is my least favorite and the one I should probably do every day. Your arms are gonna go out to the sides, reach one arm up and one arm down, and then try to touch your fingertips behind your back, and then reach them back out, windmill them around, and try to touch your fingertips behind your back. And as you can tell, probably for me, there's definitely one side that's a little more restricted than the other. Maybe you feel that in your own shoulders as well. Oftentimes that arm that's reaching, that's on the underneath the bottom arm, you're like, ooh, how do I get that hand higher up my back? Good, we're gonna do this a few more times each side. Let's try and retain a bit of an ELDOA spine, so a little bit of axial elongation. Still breathing. The more elongated and stable the spine, the more we can ensure that this movement is happening in the shoulder joint, in the shoulder complex. So it looks really good. I don't see anybody kind of compensating using their spine to move or their neck. Great work. After your last one, you can just let your arms rest. Okay. All right, so let's aim our cameras down to the floor, and we're gonna start by stretching out some of the chest area, chest muscles. Okay, so come on to tall kneeling for me. And the position is gonna be knees apart, feet together. And the traditional myofascial stretch for this one, we would be lying on our stomachs with our feet up in the air, but I kind of like this version a little more. So just go into posterior tilt, so your tailbone is reaching down, and tuck your chin and push the top of your head up towards the ceiling. And what I want you to know and imagine, there at your pubic bones, there's a band of fascia that goes all the way up from the pubic bones out across the pectoralis major muscle. So you're connected all the way from your pubic bones out through your chest. So just stay there. I'm gonna come a little closer here. Okay, you're gonna retrovert your head and neck a little bit. Put your left hand over your chest and take your right arm out to the side, about in line, hand in line with eyes. Good, retroverted head and neck. Externally rotate the arm, extend the wrist, spread the fingers. Good, now you're gonna keep your chest forward in terms of keep your sternum facing the front, and just start to pull your arm slightly behind you until you feel a stretch across the chest, open the armpit. Careful you don't lean away from it or turn away from it. Yeah, exactly, nice, Lyndon. And then from here, tuck the chin and just rotate your head to the left. So in the opposite direction. So the arm is pulling behind you, pubic bones are pulling up. Head is turned away and the sternum is almost trying to counter rotate a little bit to the left, but very subtly. Arm reaching through the heel of the hand, slightly behind you. Good, your chin can be a little tucked. Let's hold for 5. Can you imagine for me sliding your armpit down the side of your body? Shoulder blade down, great work. And now bring your head back to the center. Good, and let your arm just float down and relax your pelvis. Nice, and we'll do the other side. So right hand can sort of mirror the pectoralis major here. We're gonna posteriorly tilt the pelvis. Tuck the chin, retrovert the head and neck so you're as straight along your spine as you can be. And the left arm comes out with a hand about in line with the eyes. External rotation, extended wrist. So just take a moment here. Underneath your right hand is all of that muscular tissue. As you open that arm, trying to move it behind you a little bit, keep the sternum facing the front. Keep the spine long. Yeah, beautiful work. And then just turn your head to the left. Look down over your cheekbones. Keep breathing and try to pry open the heel of the hand. That left hand pushes away. Pubic bones lifted towards the belly button. Crown of the head lifted to the ceiling. Good. Almost a tiny counter rotation in the sternum to the right, the tiniest bit. That's fine. And then reach through the hand again. Good, everybody lift your arm another inch. Perfect, and push through the heel of the hand. Good, and then when you're ready, the head comes back. Good, the arm floats down. And you relax your shoulders, give them a little wiggle. Good, okay, we're gonna stretch out a muscle that runs from the collarbone to the arm. So in order to get to it, you're gonna sit down on your bum. And you just put your feet and your knees right together. So you want to feel that you're on your sit bones, probably a bit on the back of your sit bones with your feet and your knees glued together. And I'll show you from the back view. We're going to take the right hand and we're going to put it behind the shoulder. So it's going to be quite narrow. And the left hand is on the floor, just wherever you feel like it's more comfortable. But try and point your right fingers away from you. So we'll start with that. Now the position of the spine is kind of important here. You'll probably feel the stretch right away. You're going to tuck your pelvis so that you're rolling towards your sacrum and push your sternum forward. So the sacrum is sinking towards the floor and the sternum is pushing forward in space. And then you just need to start breathing, tucking the chin, retrovert the head and neck. Now here you're going to do the very slightest bend of your elbows. And try to reach your right elbow straight back. So your right elbow is trying to bend and point straight behind you. Little bend of the elbows. Little bend. Yes, good. Push your chest forward more. Tuck your chin. Tuck your pelvis. Bend the right elbow. Left elbow bends too, but point the right elbow behind you, chest forward. Good. Now slowly re-straighten the elbows. And we're just going to switch sides. So put the left hand behind your shoulder and take the right hand behind you, but the right hand can be a little wider. We'll set up the spine first. So tuck your pelvis and push your chest forward. It's a very like pin-up girl on the beach kind of position. So tuck the pelvis, push the chest forward. Now start to bend the elbows and point that left elbow straight behind you. Keep your chest facing the front. Tuck your chin in a little bit. Good. The more the chest presses forward, the more the elbow reaches straight back, the more you'll feel the stretch. We'll hold for 5, 4, 3, nice deep breaths. And then you slowly straighten your elbows, relax your sternum, press yourself up to a seated position and just relax up on your sit bones for a second. We're gonna go into round 2 of that. Now, if that felt like a lot of stretch, then you're not gonna add the twist. There's a little twist of the knees and a rotation of the head. Feel free to leave those out and just do what we just did in the moment ago. So come back to the position, knees and feet together, and put your right hand behind your right shoulder and your left hand out a little bit wider. Assume the spine position. Tuck your pelvis and push your chest forward. That's it. Pelvis up. So you should be rolled towards your sacrum. Push your sternum forward. Tuck your chin. Now bend those elbows, little teeny micro bend in the elbows. The right elbow pulls straight behind you, like someone's pulling it to the wall behind you. Now you can stay here. Make sure your chest stays facing the front. If you'd like, let your knees tip to the left, but keep your sit bones and your feet anchored. Your knees just drift to the left. Keep the chest facing front, and you can rotate your head to the left as well, looking down over your cheekbones. So the right elbow is bending straight back. The right side of the chest is opening. Sternum faces the front. That's good. Both sit bones are on the ground. We're in a tuck. Chest is pushing forward. Last 5, 4, beautiful work. 3, 2, let's turn our heads back to the center, knees back to the center, straighten the arms and switch sides. Bring your left hand more behind your shoulder and your right hand gets to go out a little bit. We'll tuck the tail, push the chest forward and bend the elbows slightly. So same foundation. Keep that left elbow pointing behind you. Tuck the pelvis and push the sternum straight forward. Retrovert your head and neck a little bit. That's right. Now, if you like, tip the knees to the right, but keep your feet flat, keep your pelvis centered. Turn your head to the right, away from the stretching side. That left elbow is pulling back straight behind you. Left side of the chest is pushing forward. Tail is tucked. Nice deep breaths here. Last 5, 4, very nice. 3, 2, now nice and slow, just the head comes back. Keep everything else, bend the knees. Then slowly straighten the elbows, sit all the way up. Oh, that's a lot of work to open the chest there. I feel like we all need these kinds of positions. It's a lot of work, and the neck works quite a lot there too. Okay, so the next ones are going to be much more gentle because we get to lie down on our back, but I just want to quickly practice the arms with you. So just face me and sit however you'd like. Position 1, there's just 2 positions for this stretch. So position 1, your arm is out and you want to imagine you're lying on your back here. So the pinky side of your hand is on the floor and we'll want the arm just above the shoulder. So that's position 1. Then I'm going to say, let's do position 2. And you're just going to turn your arm out and bring it a little bit closer to your ear. So we've got maybe a 45-degree angle or so. And here you can feel how the thumb side of your hand would be on the floor. So position 1, just above the shoulder, pinky side of the hand on the floor. Try to keep the top of the shoulder soft as you transition to position 2. So think about the shoulder blade sliding down the back. Beautiful. And then bring that arm down. A little bit easier when it's on the floor. And then we'll try the left side. So it starts just above the shoulder. We're going to try and hollow out the top of the shoulder and then go ahead and externally rotate, bring it a little higher, position 2, soft top of the shoulder. Go back down to position 1, pinky side of the hand is on the floor. Shoulder blade is dropping down the back and then to position 2. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you've got it. So then you're going to relax out of that. We're gonna lie down on our backs, knees and feet together again. So I'm gonna go this way. We'll do the right arm first. So you're gonna lie on your back and just take a moment to set up the very basics, which is elongated spine. So you're gonna get the low back on the floor, gently pulling the bottom ribs into the floor, upper back, neck is long, chin is tucked. Take your right arm out and let it rest on the floor at an angle just above the shoulder, and extend your wrist so the pinky side of your hand is on the floor. Before we move anything else, hollow out the top of the shoulder. Try to make a valley of soft flesh between your collarbone and the top of your shoulder. Tuck your chin, lengthen your spine. Keep your right shoulder blade drawing down your back and into the floor, and push the pinky side of the hand away. So you're creating a stretch by pulling the arm away from the body, anchoring the shoulder blade, and try your best to keep the top of that shoulder really hollowed out. Now, keep everything. You're going to tip your knees to the right and slide them up towards you. So you're in more of a fetal position. So you really twist kind of from the waistline, and you can rest your left hand on your top thigh. So we're twisted over. So we keep the shoulder blade in place. We push through the pinky side of the hand. We hollow out the top of the shoulder. And then the last thing to do is just turn the head to the right. So your head, or to the left, sorry. So your head and your knees are pointing the same way. And the pinky side of that right arm is stretching away, stretching away. Shoulder blade is heavy. Top of the shoulder is hollow. So we're going to stay here for just another breath. Try to push the arm away and soften the top of the shoulder. Anchor the shoulder blade. Good. Now we move to position 2. Keep your chin tucked. You're going to bring the arm closer to your head and externally rotate it so that the thumb side of the hand is down. And then you push through the thumb side of the hand and you try and keep the shoulder blade drawing down the back. Push the arm out and away on that angle. Tuck the chin and hollow out the top of the shoulder. Now everybody's saying, I'm going to come and make sure that that all makes sense. You got it? Yeah, exactly. And yeah, your arm isn't going to rest fully on the floor the way it did in the first one. You're all doing it right. You can turn your head to the left if that feels good. And we'll just hold here for 1 or 2 more breaths. Think about the front side of the armpit opening, and think about the top of the shoulder softening. You got it. Looks really good. Bring your head back to the center. Good. Bring your knees back to the center and let your arms rest at your sides, and just take a little comparison. Right versus left side of the body around that shoulder area, and see how it feels before we move to the left side. So we'll bring the feet and the knees right together again, if they were apart. Elongate, flatten, and lengthen your spine. Use the floor to create traction all the way from your crown to your tail. No space between the floor and the low back, rib cage, upper back. Take your left arm out to the side, just a touch higher than the shoulder. Extend your wrist so that the pinky side of the hand is on the floor. Draw the shoulder blade down the back and into the floor, and push the pinky side of the hand away. There's a little bit of effort there. You have to push that arm away. Hollow out the top of the shoulder. Tip your knees over to, like your knees and hips over to the right, and pull your knees up towards you so you're nice and tucked in. Right hand can rest on the top thigh. Check in on your shoulder blade, that left shoulder blade. Push the heel of the left hand away. Soften the top of the shoulder. And then turn your head to the right so your nose and your knees point in one direction and your arm is reaching out in the opposite. Shoulder blade is anchored, arm is pushing, top of the shoulder is soft, and we're breathing. And then we're going to go to position 2. So keep everything, but just bring your arm a little closer to your head and externally rotate it. Here, it can be a real challenge to keep that shoulder blade down. You just do what you can. Can you gently draw the shoulder blade towards the floor and push the heel of the hand away at the same time and soften the top of the shoulder? If you can't do all those things at once, soften the top of the shoulder and reach the arm, reach the hand. Take some nice deep breaths. The reason I'm emphasizing you're just gonna stay the top of the shoulder being hollowed out is because that's where all those nerves run through under the collarbone in towards the armpit. I want you to keep that area as soft as you can. Good, that looks really good. And then you're just gonna bring your head back to the center, bring your knees back to the center, and then rest your arms down by your sides. Fantastic work. Good. Take a couple of breaths, comparo for left and right sides. And then we'll go into our first 2 neck ELDOAs, and then we'll do general ELDOA, just so that we're doing some more movement here. So keep your feet flat for the first one. Roll into posterior tilt for me, and reach your arms up to the ceiling. Okay, so palms are facing each other, fingertips are reaching. Now I want you to focus on your upper back between your shoulder blades. Really anchor that down, a little more than you might normally even. And then use that spot, that's gonna be kind of your anchor. Nod your chin and try to pull the base of your skull and your whole neck away from that spot, away from the anchor between your shoulder blades. Breathe in and out, eyes are looking down now, chin is tucked. See if you can go just a little further, tucking the chin, working gently, always, we're in the neck, so just be gentle, but see how much length you can create between the back of your head and your upper back. And now externally rotate your arms and extend your wrists. Without losing any of the length you just created, start to push your hands up against the ceiling, keep your anchor. Lengthen the back of your neck. Now keep your arms pushing away from you, but start to arc them towards your head, 45 degrees. So they're gonna go 45 degrees towards the head. Upper back stays anchored, neck stays lengthening. Push the arms away at that 45-degree angle. Keep the low back, low ribs heavy as well. Tuck the chin a little bit more. See if with every inhale you could turn your arms out and reach them a little more. Good, and then yes, hold that and exhale and see if you can just add a millimeter more length between that anchor and the base of your skull. That looks really good, ladies. Laura, lift your arms an inch or 2, just a little bit. Yeah, good. Spread the fingers, that's for everybody. Yeah, and one more breath there. Adding more reach through the arms. Adding more length through the neck, that looks great. Now bring your arms up to the ceiling again, pushing the ceiling away. Good, bring your right leg in over your chest and then your left leg, so the low back stays down. Just flex and evert your feet, good. Now take your arms all the way down towards the floor beside your hips and push your arms away from you as though they were go-go gadget arms. And notice your anchor. Did your upper back become lighter or can you keep it heavy, pressing down? Push your arms away, pull your head away from your upper back, and then start to open your arms out into a low V. You're gonna get a break after this, but keep those arms reaching, keep the fingers spread and the wrists extended. Nice low V, upper back is down. Now feel the collarbones wide, feel the arms getting longer, and then draw even more length from the back of the skull to the upper back. See if you can add 3 more millimeters here. Exactly, that looks really good. Keep breathing, sinking the chest, widening the collarbones, pulling the neck away from the shoulders. Last 5, beautiful work. And 4, 3, 2, let the right arm just come down to the floor. Left arm good to the floor, right foot, left foot, spine relaxes, eyes relax, and let's let our head either rest or just lull from side to side. So if you feel better not to move your neck, then just rest. And if it feels good to let it lull, go ahead. Very nicely done. Good, take another 10 seconds just to rest for a moment. Let the shoulders relax, let the chest relax, and then fold your knees in over your chest. Good, holding on to the opposite shin, and we'll go into general ELDOA. So you can flex your feet and just wiggle your hips around for me for a second. See if you could walk your pelvis a little further away from your rib cage, and then draw the base of your skull away from your upper back and press your sacrum onto the ground without losing your low back. Keep the low back down. A lot of work, but we're ready to go. Let's take the right arm back by the ear and the left leg stretching out long. Turn the leg in and turn the arm out. Invert that left foot and evert the right foot. Stay here. Push the arm and the leg away. Press the sacrum and the low back down. Now inhale your leg up to the ceiling, and you're going to hold it for a moment, pushing your heel up and pressing your low back and sacrum down. And then you're going to fold the knee in and bring the arm in, and we'll switch sides. So the left arm and the right leg get to stretch away from the torso. Turn the arm out, turn the thigh in, invert the foot, evert that left foot, and elongate more. As you inhale, let the leg arc up and push the heel straight up while the low back and the sacrum press down. Good, fold in. Nice, just a little faster. Right arm and left leg, stretching out long. Just enjoy this stretch. Inhale the leg up to the ceiling. Let's keep that little pause at the top where you really anchor the sacrum and push the heel up. And then fold in and switch sides, taking the left arm and the right leg, stretching out, pull yourself apart, and inhale the leg up to the ceiling, push the sacrum down, and then push the heel up and fold in. Good, and right arm, left leg. You can continue on your own pace if you'd like. All I want for today is that you keep that sacrum pressing down, heel pressing up moment when the leg arcs up. We're going to do about 2 more times each side. Breathing with the goal of literally stretching the whole body out. So every time the arm and opposite leg stretch out, you're going longer. You're going for a little bit more. Ask for a little bit more length every go. Make sure that bent knee has an everted foot. We're going to do 1 more time with the right arm and 1 more time with the left arm. So next time you do your left arm, that's your last one. It's looking really good. Okay, I think we're all pretty much there. Relax your feet. Put 1 foot down at a time. Great work. Oh, just take a moment and really let your body rest. And we're going to be moving on to roll onto our sides, come up to a seated position. Good. Okay, and you want to sit any comfortable way that, that you'd like. So you could sit cross-legged, or you could sit up on something if that feels good. Nice. We're going to continue working before we go down through the neck a little further. We're going to continue working with this area, collarbone, sort of collarbone sternum area. So take your left hand and just place it. I'll show you as close as I can. I'm going to put your fingertips kind of on the top and bottom of the collarbone. Yeah, just so that you're kind of like just bracing it on either side. And then we're going to take that right arm down to the side, externally rotate it and press it down. And what I want you to do is imagine your shoulder blade acting like the anchor now. So that right shoulder blade is fixed, the right arm is fixed. We're going to side bend away, and you're going to feel movement at the collarbone. Just allow that to happen. Keep breathing. Now notice how the sternum is going to stay vertical here. Rotate your head towards the right. Turn your head to the right. Keep your left ear lower than your right ear. And now anchor that shoulder blade, right arm stays right where they are. And you're gonna nod your chin quite a lot. But imagine as you nod your chin down that the base of the skull lifts up. Nod the chin, pull the base of the skull up. Push the hand down, draw the shoulder blade down, fix that arm. Side bend to the left, rotate to the right. Pull the chin down towards the chest. Quite a lot of flexion, even more, Linda, nod your chin even more. Yeah, exactly, it's gonna be quite exaggerated. Good, turn that arm out and fix the arm and the shoulder blade. Yeah, good, stay for 5, 4, 3, 2. Now lift your head up, come out of the rotation. Release the side bend, release the fixed arm, relax both arms, and take a little wiggle. Good, and try that out on the other side. So you take your right hand and you're just gonna brace the top and bottom of the collarbone, close to where it meets the sternum, and the left arm becomes our anchor. So you're gonna spread your fingers and turn the arm out. I'm pushing kind of straight down through the hand and letting the shoulder blade drop as well. So try not to let your shoulder blade brace up, drop it down. Then you're gonna side bend your head away, and that's easy to feel. There's some movement there around the collarbone. Keep that fixed left arm and shoulder. Rotate your head to the right. Good, and then maybe the most important part of all, nod your chin and lift that base of your skull on the left side. Pull the chin down, 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 down. Lift the bone behind the left ear. Right ear is lower than the left ear. Turning the head to the left. The spine is just gently long. The arm and shoulder blade are fixed, fixed, fixed. Good, side bending right, rotating left. You've got it. Let that chin drop right down. Good, the top of the forehead can be looking down. Nice, you've got it. And now slowly come out of that flexion, lift the chin, come out of the rotation. Good, come out of the side bend, nicely done, and relax the arm, relax the shoulders. Very good. Okay, come on up to tall kneeling. Okay, and we're gonna take the left leg out to the side with the heel in line with the knee. So here we're gonna try and get some mobilization where the rib, the first rib, meets the spine at the back. Tuck your pelvis and push the top of your head to the ceiling, just like in the warm up. So we're elongating all the curves out of the spine. If your abs kick in here, no problem. I don't really mind. Just keep your spine straight. Push the outside of your foot into the ground and engage your quadricep. Take your arms out in front, external rotation, extended wrists. Good, I want you to feel really strong here. Lots of muscles engaged. We're gonna take that left arm straight out to the side, so you've got a right angle with your arms. Push your arms away from your torso. Now start to tip your torso, tail to crown, over just a bit of the way, maybe 30% of the way. You don't even have to go quite that far, Linda. You could come up a little bit. Yeah, that's perfect. Now push through your left arm more, and I want you to imagine I'm holding your left arm in place, and I want you to rotate your sternum towards your left arm. Bring your right arm with you, rotate your sternum to the left. Good, you're gonna find a spot where you wanna stop. You'll naturally wanna stop. Lower your left arm down in line with your right arm. Push the top of your head away, tuck your chin. Pull your upper back a bit behind you. Push both hands away, away, away. Good, that looks really good. Reach the crown and tail apart. Laura, if you can lean a little bit to the right, just a touch more, that would be good. If not, just push the arms. You've got it. Everybody breathe for 5, 4, open the upper back, push through the arms, shoulder blades reaching through the hands. Now everyone come out of the rotation. Let your hands soften down to your hips. Just tip yourself back up to center and relax the leg, the arms, and the spine. Good, and we switch to the other side. Well done, really nice. So this time it's the right leg that gets to sort of anchor us here. That's it. Helen, just be careful that you're not on an angle here. Yeah. So this hip socket is lined up right over the knee, perfect. Yeah, posterior tilt of the pelvis. We push the outside of the foot into the ground, engage the quadricep, and here come the arms out in front of us, pushing forward. Good, now I want you to think about your shoulder blades coming around your rib cage, pushing towards your hands. Take your right arm out to the side, so you've got that 90-degree angle. Elongate your spine a little bit more before we tip. And then keep that elongation as you tip just slightly over, 30 degrees or so, tucking the chin. Good, now I'm holding your right arm in place, it can't move. You're gonna rotate your sternum with your left arm towards the right arm. Go slowly, and there will be a point where you're like, oh, I think I wanna stop here, and stop. Tuck your chin, push your head up and away, reach your tail down and away. Push your arms and shoulder blades. Lower your right arm so it's in line with your left arm, same level. Good, now push those arms away. Pull the upper back behind you, push the head long. Yeah, beautiful work. Keep breathing here for 10. Good, keep the tail and crown stretching apart so you have that nice stabilization in the spine. Push the shoulder blades into their respective hands. Good work, and then slowly come out of the rotation. Bring the hands down to the hips and come out of that tip. Good work. And come to a nice seated position. Oh boy. Give yourself a moment here. We're going to be moving back down onto the ground to finish up those neck ELDOAs. You did a really great job. Just give your head a little turn side to side, flexion, extension. Good. And now we're going to go straight into T1, 2, and C7, T1. So you're going to lie down. This is the lower part of the brachial plexus. And these nerves innervate the hands and the wrists and the forearms and elbows. So C7 down to T2, going from the elbows down into those hands. Let's bring the knees in over the chest right away. So the low back is really easy to sink into the floor. And then find that anchor in your upper back again. Pull the upper back down, tuck the chin. Try to create an extra 3 or 4 millimeters of length between your upper back and the back of your skull. I'm going to lift my feet a little bit and flex and evert my feet so the legs are fixed. I'm going to take the arms up to the ceiling. Externally rotate the arms, extend the wrists, and then go ahead and push your hands away from you and then arc them back towards your ears. So there's lots of good stretch and tension through the arms as they move back towards the sides of the head. Upper back sinks down, drawing more length between the upper back and the back of the skull. Arms reach close to the ears here. We're at T1, 2, so we're really opening the fingers. This is the one where the nerves innervate the hands and the fingers and the wrists. So get those palms spread wide. Get all the fingers stretched long. Soften your breath if you can a little bit, but keep the reach. Last 5, 4, 3, 2. Now, can you maintain everything you're doing? Pull your head away from your shoulders and start to open your arms into a V. So you're gonna open the arms up. Pulling the arms open gives you more room to pull the head away from the top of the neck, pulling the neck away from the shoulders. Nice work. And here you want to feel like you're pulling the roots of your neck away from the tops of the shoulders. Let's hold for 10, 9, upper back down, 8, arms are reaching, fingers spread. Looks really, really good. Let's see if we can lengthen that neck a little more for 4, 3, you got it, 2, armpits wide, collarbones wide, neck long. Now bring your arms back into your ears. Bring both arms to the ceiling. Put the right arm down, then the left arm down. Keep your spine as one foot comes down, the second foot comes down, and then finally relax your spine and relax your eyes. Good, let's walk our feet to the sides of the mat and let our knees do a windshield wiper, side to side, just a lazy drift. As you drift the knees from side to side, let the shoulders relax. Let the neck relax. Good, one more time each way with those knees. Awesome work. Okay, we're gonna roll onto our sides and come on up. I'm gonna do T6 to finish. Okay. All right, you did a great job, really nice. Let's have the legs crossed. However, to be honest, in this one, I don't really mind what you're doing with the legs, but just keep your spine really nice and straight. So let's take a moment, put one hand on the low back and put the other hand on the base of the skull, and just try to gently draw the base of the skull back and up and draw the low back into a nice straight line. So we're feeling a gentle traction as though you were both getting taller and anchoring down at the same time. So we're not just going up, we're also reaching down through the tail. Go ahead and reach your arms up towards the ceiling, just gently, palms facing in. Keep your neck back. See if you can imagine those hands, imaginary hands on the back of your body. We're going to inhale the shoulder blades up along the ribs, just a little bit. And then exhale, bring the arms a little closer to the ears. And then we'll do that again, keep the spine. So inhale, the shoulder blades slide up a bit. Exhale, bring them a little closer to the sides of the head. And then inhale the shoulder blades up and exhale them closer still. Now from here, if you need to bend the elbows, let that happen as you bring the fingertips together. Tuck the chin in, eyes are down. Pull your tailbone down to give yourself an anchor, and then reach the fingertips up. Push the shoulder blades out to the sides. Good, shine the armpits forward. Tuck the chin, very nice. We'll do that again, another round. Tail pulls down, fingertips reach up. Shoulder blades push wide, armpits forward, chin tucks, push the head up. Now everybody stay and see if you can bring your arms back 2 millimeters. Good, and then either stay there, keep breathing, or bring your palms together, letting the shoulder blades push even wider, pushing the head up. And here we are for the last 5, 4, 3, 2, release the hands slowly. Let the elbows bend as the arms float down. Hands can just catch the knees. And then the spine softens and we relax the shoulders and the upper back. Really nice work, everybody. Take an easy breath in and out. Good. All right, next week is gonna have to be hips. So before we go to the wall for L5S1, I just wanna do a really quick mini shoulder ELDOA with you. So again, sitting any comfortable way that you'd like. We're not gonna do the full 60 seconds. I just wanna keep opening up this whole brachial plexus area. So you're gonna be nice and long, push the top of the head to the ceiling. The right arm is gonna come out just above the shoulder again with the palm flat, and you're gonna keep your fingers pointing to the ceiling and just turn your upper arm bone in and out. And if it's not possible to not move the wrist, don't worry too much about it. Just let the wrist move as well. We're gonna pause in external rotation, fingertips pointing up, tuck your chin, tuck your tail. Now draw your shoulder blade down your back and wide. Give yourself that anchor of the shoulder blade and push the heel of your right hand away. Tuck the chin and tuck the pelvis, breathing. Pull the shoulder blade down and wide and push the heel of the hand away. Soften the top of the shoulder, and we do one more time. Tail and crown pull apart. Shoulder blade pulls down and wide. Push your hand away from you. Good, and then you're just gonna soften that push, soften the wrist and the elbow, let the arm float down. Good, and then switching with the left arm coming out, just spread the fingers, point the middle finger straight to the ceiling and turn the upper arm bone in and out. In and out. If the hand goes with it, fine, no worries. We're gonna stop with external rotation, fingers pointing up, so you just adjust. Drop that shoulder blade down and wide, give yourself a good anchor. Elongate the spine. Push the hand away, push it away, hollow out the top of the shoulder. Elongate the spine a little more, chin tucked, tail tucked. Pull the shoulder blade down and wide. Push the heel of the hand away. Good, one more round. Push the head up and the tail down. Looks good, spread those fingers, shoulder blade down and wide. Push the arm away from the torso. And then slowly soften the push. Hand, wrist, elbow, shoulder. Good, and we're halfway to the wall, so let's finish our journey to the wall. Let's do L5S1. Great work. Had some friends visit. They stayed over on Tuesday night, and the husband says, "Oh, this is my new thing, is my hands tingle." And I guess he has like a little herniation at C5, 6, and he's got, you know, all this tightness in the pectorals. And I thought, oh man, we all need some good brachial plexus work. Of course, I'm not sure I could convince him ever to do an ELDOA class, but I figure we can do it and maybe prevent our arms from going tingly randomly. Okay, so after all of that work, just enjoy resting on the floor here. Hopefully your chest feels open, your upper back feels very happy to rest on the floor. So we'll just enjoy that. And see if you can just work your low back gently into the floor and find the sacrum stretching away from you, back of the head away. Now, all three of you have been doing this long enough. I want you to think not just of your sacrum reaching into the wall, but also the pubic bones. So in a way, the entire pelvic girdle is pushing towards the wall. Sit bones stay anchored. Just play around with that idea today. And then we're gonna go ahead and flex our feet. Turn the thighs in and invert the feet and pull those toes down. Now, if we're pushing the sit bones into the wall, and we're letting the sacrum and the pubic bones reach long, the waistline should feel nice and long. Take your arms up to the ceiling, externally rotate your arms, spread your fingers, eyes looking down, and start to push your arms up and then arc them back. Remember that nice anchor between the shoulder blades. Pull the bottom ribs down to the ground. As your arms reach their final destination by your ears, then let your shoulder blades start to slide up the sides of your ribs to help you traction away from the wall. This is for the low back now. So you do want to imagine that you could be pulling yourself apart right between the low belly or the belly button and the pubic bones, L5S1. So use the tractioning of the shoulder blades and the upper part of the spine to help pull away from the wall, and use your heels, toes, legs to stretch the sacrum towards the wall. That looks really good. Nice work. Softening the belly. So if the low belly can be soft, and then just for the last few seconds, see if you can imagine the low back softening a little more. If you're getting a little cramp, Linda, you can let your feet go for a moment. Just focus on your pelvis. That's it. Nice work. Okay, when you're ready, coming out of it one little bit at a time, taking your time, nice and easy. You got it. You can bring both hands up or one hand up, doesn't matter. And then relaxing legs and spine. Good. Great work.